who does the buck stop with for the anomalies that were witnessed in the election? Is it the president or the NRM Electoral Commission or the NRM Secretariat?
I want to clarify and state very clear things here. That the majority, if you say that the incumbents have lost.
In my area?
No, generally. The incumbents have lost, incumbents have been a part of government. That is a very big test to government performance. So many voters and our opponents, I don't know his case, have been relating it to failure of government to be failure of a member of parliament.
So incumbency became a disadvantage?
Yes, an incumbency where government has not fulfilled its obligations, whether in the National Development Plan, whether it is the manifesto, whether it is the budget, it has been attributed to sitting members of parliament. So the losing of members of parliament countrywide is related to non-performance of government or delivery of service in one way or another. That's one very, very clear. So it is a test against the government. So government cannot be happy that members of parliament who are sitting in the parliament and who are in NRM have lost. That's one. Two, the issue of the tribunal. When you do establish the tribunal, you cannot establish a mechanism at the end of the exercise. A tribunal should have been embedded in the process, so that in case there is violence, like in our case, then you forward the matter to the tribunal to make sure that the system is not there is no violation of the regulations. So this tribunal.
Do you think it's too late to fix anything?
No, it is too late to have a tribunal, because most of these things should have, the tribunal should have addressed them like before nomination, campaigning, voting processes. Those things should have been addressed to the tribunal. But now the tribunal is as if it is only addressing the outcomes of what? The election. Lastly, there was supposed to have been training of the presiding officers. Yes. In my case, in Ichoro district, there were no training of the presiding officers, which is very, very important. So the presiding officers were never trained. They went during the night to pick registers. They went to stations. So you find that the quality and the capacity of the presiding officers and the authority and also the confidence they have in the process. I mean, some of the presiding officers were being overrun by people who would come from different constituencies.
So who takes blame for all the mishaps that you're raising?
The lead agent, or the lead agent is the Electoral Commission of NRM. It takes the blame because it is supposed to plan and implement. So didn't they get all the resources required to recruit competent people, to have a competent register and create work? So I entirely blame the Electoral Commission of NRM.
So did Tanga mess up the election?
Is the accounting officer, so he takes the blame. In civilized societies, in fact, instead of the president saying he wants to investigate, he wants to put a tribunal, the president is the consumer of all the information. He knows the mess. He has a lot of sources of information. He should have taken action immediately. Because the failure to do this, one, there are people who are dissatisfied with the results. They are going to other parties. Others think that NRM is fighting its own members. Others are going to be independent. So what we are going to experience from now to next year in the elections, you are going to have violence. Violence is going to be carried forward through those ones who did not succeed or those who succeeded, but illegally. And many people have lost confidence in the tribunal.
Do you believe that the president's assertion or the president's promise to institute a tribunal is going to resolve the sticky areas that affected this election?
But you see, what comes first? What comes first is the guidelines are issued. Those guidelines issued for elections don't provide for a tribunal. So the tribunal could even be outside the law because the guidelines for elections are there. But those guidelines don't provide for what? For the tribunal. And the tribunal should be competent, should be impartial and competent. So in this case, the tribunal, I am told when you are going to petition, you write to the legal department of NRM, which organizes the elections. And the legal department is a part of Tango Doi. So you are challenging Tango Doi and his system because of mismanagement, or falling short of managing the election properly. And then you are appealing to him. So what is that?
Do you see the...
I entirely blame the Electoral Commission of NRM.
So did the Tanga mess up?
Is the accounting officer.
Under any pressure from any candidate who has participated in this election.
Takes the blame. In civilized societies, in fact, instead of the president saying he wants to investigate,
they put you out of your home. And when you lose the election, the family has not been told.
The people who are dissatisfied with the results
Sit down and pray.
are going to other parties.
What happened? That you go back next time and win.
Wants to put it to a bill. The president is the consumer of all the information. He knows the mess. He has a lot of sources of information. He should have taken action immediately. Because the failure to do this. One, there are people that think that NRM is fighting its own members. Others are going to be independent.